Have you ever been through an unfamiliar road and like, man, I wish I knew if this is a decreasing radius corner or if it opens up, there's no signs, there's nothing available for you to see. I wish I knew what's around the corner. Well, there is. So this is a trick that I learned at California Superbike School. And let me say, I've heard people say things like this before, but it never made any sense to me, which goes to show just because someone is an instructor or someone reads something in a book or in a video, it doesn't mean they're actually a good teacher at communicating what the hell they're talking about. So finally, the light bulb clicked on at California Superbike School when Dylan Code was explaining this. And there's a bunch of ways to explain it to different people, vanishing point, limit point, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to take you through a road. This is Mesa Grande. This is a road I have not memorized at all, but I just want to try to get you to try to understand what this is and how to judge corners you may not be familiar with. And if you're able to do it, then it really does help gauge, if you need to stay off the throttle or just neutral throttle, or if you could start accelerating out of the corner. So it just gives you a better idea, kind of like makes you a little bit psychic. Like you kind of know the next 40-50% of the corner without actually seeing it, especially if it's a blind turn. So hopefully this makes sense what I'm talking about, and let's go through the road. All right, everyone, so as we're going, the only thing I really want you to pay attention to is where the road meets whatever obstacle that you can't see anymore. Now, if this point is getting closer to you, the road is likely tightening up. If it's remaining the same and you're going through the corner, then the radius is staying consistent. If that point looks like it's going away from you, then the road is opening up. So I'm just gonna press play so we could listen. And I want you to try to gauge and think about, okay, what do I think this corner is doing? And this is one of my favorite signs in the world. Next 4 miles. All right, so watch that point and let's go. So it's very, very subtle and it may not get it the first couple turns. So there, the vanishing point or the limit point, whatever you want to call it, was kind of remaining consistent. So I knew it wasn't a decrease in radius corner. Let's go back again and real time, real speed, and just kind of watch that point one more time. So we'll start from here. Here we go. See what I mean? So the next one. That one, if you're looking at that point, you can see the white line kind of getting away from you. That's how you know, okay, this road is opening up. But let's keep on going. You can also hear my throttle there. I turn up the volume a little bit, so let's watch. So that was a perfect example of the road first tightening up and then remaining the same and then opening up if you're looking at it. So I'm still picking out my turn point. Let's go back and look through here. So as I'm coming up to this right-hand turn, up a little bit too far. So right here, so as I'm coming up for this right-hand turn, I think my turn point will be in between this little shadow point. So once I know I'm gonna hit this place, or there's like my turn point as a reference, I'm getting my eyes to look at the pre-apex. And as I'm looking at the pre-apex, which is the ground in between the white line and the yellow line, I'm also paying attention to the vanishing point, the limit point. Is this thing getting closer, decreasing radius? Is it opening up? So forget about turn points or anything else. The only thing I want you to guys do is watch where my arrow is right here, okay? Watch how it gets tighter, like closer to me, and then the same, and then it opens. Let's go. And then the throttle matches what I'm saying. So first I'm rolling off the throttle, then crack it open, staying the same. And then as it goes away from me, then I can accelerate up and out of there, right? So let's keep on watching. Opening up so that I can accelerate. So that was a really tight turn, probably going maybe 15 miles per hour right there. But you can see the white line getting super close to you. So I know the road is tightening up. This is one thing to keep in mind. So just because the road does this, your best line is to try to go straight. If you can make a straight line, well, that's better. You could go quicker, you could use more brakes, you could use more gas, it's less lean on you, less risk. So don't do what the road tells you to do. Just because the road is going like this, I mean, you could pick your line and go whatever you want. Obviously this changes, depends on if there's a big dead scroll right there, if there's oncoming traffic, all these variables, but your ideal line is still placed there, and then you just adjust your ideal line based on the current circumstances. So just keep that in mind. one right there, that turn, that was pretty damn tight. So as I'm coming up, so I'm coming out of this turn, I'm already looking right here at my next turn point. So this is my exit zone, pretty much turns into my turn point. Like I think I'm gonna start turning right around here, maybe like at the end of the shadow, but I don't know how tight this turn is. I could tell just from here, it's pretty tight just by looking at this. And this is like maybe the pre-apex right behind this little pole. But as it goes, if you're just watching right here the whole time, just looking right there, then you could tell the white line gets really close to you, so it's tightening up. And then as it opens up, then my throttle is directly connected to my eyes. Let's watch again. See that? That was like a 10-mile-per-hour turn. That was really, really damn tight. So I'm gonna go through these last two turns again, just because it's a really good example without stopping it. So again, just try to look at and focus on what I'm talking about. So it took me a little bit to really concentrate on this, to really gauge and try to understand what I'm looking at. This might be confusing for a brand new rider that don't know where to look at all. So watch my previous videos I just made about locating your turn point, your pre-apex or apex, and not looking so far ahead. If you look too far ahead and you have to look back to where you are, you're looking too far. Once you have that set, I think is more important. First, picking out your reference points is. Now, this vision tip, this vanishing point, limit point thing, is when you already have that first part kind of done. So it's kind of like step one, step two. Step one, locate the reference points, turn point, apex, exit. And then step two, a little bit deeper involved. Okay, once you're pretty good at that, you don't have to really think about it anymore. Now you can start paying attention to the limit point, vanishing point, etc. And like I said, I've heard people send me videos, read books on this stuff. People say in the UK, whatever, they teach this all the time. No one explained it so where I could even understand it. So maybe I'm just slow and it takes me a long time to learn something. But Dylan Code first try had an example on the screen at Superbike School. And I was like, oh, now I know what the hell they're talking about, because he's just an amazing instructor. So highly recommend taking Superbike level 1 and level 2, just like I did the 2-day camp. Anyway, let's watch for those two turns. And it makes perfect sense because your eyes match your throttle. So if my eyes are connected to my throttle, when I see it getting closer to me, I'm off the throttle, slowing down, and then, okay, it's staying consistent, crack it open, steady, 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 steady. It starts to open up, remember, then I can start to accelerate. See what I mean? So it kind of gives you like a mental visual superpower, as if you could see through the mountain a little bit and you know if it's a tighter turn or an open turn. Let me skip ahead. There's a little bit of construction and whatnot, so I'll skip ahead to this different part of the road. Here we go. This is nice. It turned into pretty good cement right about here. And one of these places, a damn truck came around a corner in my lane. So let's see if we could find that spot. Here we go. There you go. Well, just around the corner, I think his tires were over, so now he's back kind of in his lane. So always got to be ready for that. Looking at the point. Turn point, pre-apex, apex, turn point, looking over there. Is it getting tighter? Vanishing point. So it takes a bit of practice to get good at this stuff. I'm not saying you're gonna watch this video and be like, oh, I totally get it. So you might totally get it based on how I'm telling you or how I'm learning to explain it to you. But what really is gonna matter is when you get out on the bike yourself and try these things out, of course. Like you can't just watch a video and immediately apply it. You have to go practice and really pay attention to what you're doing with focused concentration, right? Let's go through a couple more. This is a really tight one, look at it. And it was gravelly. Rolling off, getting tighter, staying the same, up, getting tighter again, roll back off. Oh, I can see now, back on. Tight, 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 tight. See how close the white line is getting? So I had to keep on slowing down, slowing down. And a lot of these turns I'm on the brakes as well. Like I think I'm in second gear for all of this stuff, and I'm rolling off and I'm on the brakes. And as I tip in, I'm trail braking. So I'm not going slow enough where I could only roll off the throttle. I'm going at a quick enough pace where I'm trail braking for pretty much every single one of these turns. Dirty, gravelly, blind, uphill, off camber. So hopefully that made sense, everyone, what I'm talking about. Get out there and practice and do the step one first. Locate your turn point, pre-apex, apex, exit zone. Get good at that. Get your eyes moving up ahead because that's connected to your throttle. And once you're pretty comfortable with that, take a road maybe you already know and not an unfamiliar road, because this helps the most on unfamiliar roads, right? On new ride you've never been on. Of course, if you already know the road, it would be easier to go and practice and pay attention to this because none of the corners are going to surprise you because you already know the road. So that's go practice it on road you know. But then when you go to a road you don't know, drop the pace and pay attention to this vanishing point, limit point, whatever the hell you want to call it. You could call it Fred if you want to. So pay attention to Fred on an unfamiliar road, but just drop the pace so you won't freak yourself out or anything else. So thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram. I'm almost at 70,000 followers already, and I just created the account in June. And subscribe to the channel. 600 videos of educational stuff for you to watch and learn, and go practice.